I love to help hurting people.
I'm here to be their support person.
We need to provide some help for our people.
How are they going to get that lifeline?
We're there to bring light in the dark world.
They see evil, they hear evil, they know what evil is. God is the answer to man's dilemma. We help be that moral compass to point to them.
I think the point of being a chaplain is to walk alongside an individual and bring ministry without words. I'm Cindy Thomas. I'm the senior chaplain for the Reading Police Department. It's your farewell surprise. What? I'm just kidding. You know, 16 years I've seen many of these people have come and gone and retired, and what I'm doing is just trying to show them that I care about them. Just show them that I'm here to be their support person.
How you been?
I've been good. I'm not here to push anything on them or to be judgmental, but to show them that there's somebody out there that cares about them. So what we do in the car is just talk about those additional stressors that they're having and just try to be an encouragement. You know, we're there to bring light in the dark world.
They get to see what we see and maybe understand our mindset, because frankly, we're a little off compared to most people. We see so much negative that can make us that way. They just see a bigger piece of our life and the stuff that we deal with every day. And I'm thankful that the citizens don't have to see that stuff. And I'm grateful that the chaplains do.
Personally, I think some of our best work is done inside the police car, because it's that one-on-one with the officer where they have the freedom to say anything they want and know that it's completely confidential. We're going to have this conversation, and this is where it stops. What we're walking into it's an unsafe environment, it's unclean. Many of these people have mental health problems, so they are unstable in the things that they think and do. You know, and here it's what, 105? They're in, 60-pound belts, walking around to make sure that our community's safe. So what does the chaplain do? The chaplain walks alongside and makes sure that after they go through something like this, they can keep perspective of the community they serve. Because after a while, they start getting cynical, and this is all we've got, and this is what our town's about. And we want to try to prevent that.
Up 1 to 31 and drop down to 29.
I can't imagine getting through all that we've been through without them.
When you go through something that's major, whether it's grieving or it's an illness, there is times when your spirit is wounded, and the chaplains kind of help put it back together.
You know, everyone perceives policemen as being, big, strong, tough guys and stuff like that, and we are when it comes to a fight, but we're not when it comes to dealing with emotional issues. And tragedies occur, good things happen and bad things happen, and those are the issues that police officers in general, in my experience, including myself, really struggle with dealing with.
They go through some things that the normal people don't see, and then they have to take that back home with them. Well, they have to have a place to dump it before going back home. Sometimes we refer to ourselves as a landfill. So therefore, sometimes you got to have a place to take your trash, dump it, then go home so it don't stink.
The chaplain can walk alongside and be that person that they can vent to. When you become an asset because you've learned and trained, then the officer will be more inclined to open up to you and can dump some of the stressors that they face every day.
We're there to try and bring a presence of God and sanity and encouragement and hope, even healing, if at all possible, to people going through crisis.
We have an auto accident with injury.
I'm Mark Bardsley, and I am the chaplain at the Marion Police Department in Marion, Indiana. And I serve the law enforcement officers on a daily basis, on call 24/7.
They're going to backboard him. They'll make sure that everything's nice and secure on him and get him down.
While I was trying to talk to each of the different victims in that particular accident, I was also watching my police officers, making sure that they were not in a crisis situation. My job is not to get in front of the officers really or to do their job. Mine is a support role to assist the officer and the people that they're working with.
That's good!
Supporting with encouragement, supporting with hopefully clarity of thought and purpose, saying we need to think about this, this, and this. And so I'm just there to say, have you thought about that?
We've got a couple girls that haven't been looked at over here yet.
How can I help you? They tell me what to do and I do it.
Well, he did.
Typical day in Marion, Indiana for a police officer would be a 6 a.m. lineup for the first shift. And by the time you get out of that, you're going to start dealing with folks and traffic accidents, and you move from one call to the next.
So did I hear they're filling this up?
As I ride along with my officers at Marion Police Department, I am a resource to them.
He has shown up at scenes and really has helped out family members and consoling them, and it's just it takes a lot off of our shoulders. I mean, it really does.
We often see people hurt who we know, and it's just a valuable resource to have when the door shuts on the car and you're going to the next call, or you have that quiet time after you just had the serious call, to have that chaplain next to you to talk to is just a wonderful resource. The police officers are human beings. We shouldn't forget that.
I love working with my officers. I love to help hurting people. Chaplains go where the church congregations and pastors or priests cannot or will not go.
Yep.
So being there when we know other folks can't really is exciting.
If God is the anchor, the lifeline that never changes, how are they going to get that lifeline when they're drowning? And that's where the chaplain comes in. Sacramento. I love Sacramento. This is a beautiful, beautiful city. We are the most diverse city in America. So we have to learn as chaplains to be able to minister to any and everybody. My name is Chaplain Mindy Russell. I'm the senior chaplain for the Law Enforcement Chaplaincy of Sacramento. I serve 19 different law enforcement agencies, and I'm the executive director over a group of volunteer chaplains. I still, after serving 20 years, do not take this lightly. It's an eggshell ministry. We need to always recognize as chaplains we're invited in. Because of that, I still check my attitude, ego, my whole demeanor when I go into that department.
The atrocities that we as humans do to each other, and see, the chaplaincy sees, and it sees how the officer's dealing with that, and sometimes reaches out.
My passion is to serve law enforcement families. They're unique. They're not necessarily always looked at as heroes, although we who serve them see them as everyday, extraordinary heroes. So this was the Police and Sheriff Memorial that was built, and 18 years ago we were able to break ground and dedicate it. Unfortunately, I've known so many of these officers, and I can kind of think about their, the day that they were killed. But then, I like to reframe any sad story, and every one of these also have something that we can pull out of that to help the department move on, grow.
The diet that our officers feed on is what evil is out there, the bad things people do. A chaplain is essential to an officer because we're a reminder, one, that God loves them, and number two, that there is a good side of humanity.
We see what the public don't see. We hear what the public don't hear. We hear what the commanders don't hear, and we see what the commanders don't hear. don't see, because that's who we are. We're there for the landfill.
The community is my parish. The city is the folks that I want to help, and the police department has given me that opportunity to come and deal with hurting people in a way that many churches and many local congregations can't.
It's humbling, and it's such a privilege, and the people that I work with, there's just no way to describe how wonderful they are. I have such a respect for the men and women in law enforcement and what they do and how valuable they are to your community, and want to do whatever I can to help them.